Forget gold bars. Some Rolexes have outpaced inflation, outperformed the S&P, and made more profit than your buddy's startup. So in this video, I'm going to be dropping the 8 Rolex models that aren't just beautiful, they're financial weapons. These real pieces moved value even when the economy didn't. If you're going to be putting money on your wrist in 2025, this is your blueprint. Let's get into it. Starting with number 1, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Green Dial. This one is deceptively simple until you realize that it's trading like a limited edition sneaker drop. The 36mm green dial Oyster Perpetual, launched in 2020, slipped under the radar at first, but the collectors have quickly caught on. That bold, lacquered dial, not olive, not moss, this is high-gloss Rolex green, and it doesn't show up in every store window. It pops hard against that all-steel case and domed bezel, giving off a clean, modern vibe with zero fluff. It runs on the caliber 3230, no date complication, 70-hour power reserve, and plus-minus 2 seconds per day precision. The Oyster bracelet has solid links and a subtle polish on the center edges. Flip the clasp open, and you get a built-in 5mm Easy Link extension, perfect for daily wear comfort. Size-wise, it hits that modern sweet spot. Not too big, not vintage small. Retail was $6,350, but this reference is trading at over 50% above that, often landing at $59.99 and $18,500 depending on dial rarity and condition. What started as a quote-unquote entry-level Rolex is now a speculative color play with global demand. Clean, classic, and unassumingly powerful. This is the stealth winner of the post-pandemic inflation era. Number 2. The Rolex Submariner No Date. Minimalism meets resilience in a reference that purists never let go of. The 41mm Submariner No Date in oyster steel is clean, sharp, and fully committed to function. The bezel action? Crisp. The symmetry? Flawless. It is the most stripped-down, distraction-free sub you can buy, and that's exactly why it holds. Inside takes the caliber 3230, Rolex's dateless movement with the same 70-hour power reserve and plus-minus 2 second per day accuracy as its cousin, 3235. The trip lock crown system and glide lock clasps give you pro-level adjustment and 300 meters water resistance without ever needing a tool or service call. Retailing at $9,500, this reference regularly sells 17 to 20% over MSRP, with pre-owned prices floating between $10,950 and $16,000 plus, depending on set and wear. In a market where over-design ages fast, the No Date stays timeless, and its resale reflects that. Collectors love it, flippers flip it, and long-term holders bank on it. It's a sub for those who want performance over polish, and a watch that quietly crushes inflation. Number 3, the Datejust 41. Bright blue sunburst dial, fluted white gold bezel, and the clean symmetry of a 41mm oyster steel case makes this one of Rolex's most inflation-resistant icons. The Oyster bracelet's brushed outer links contrast with the polished center for a subtle pop under cufflinks or next to a leather jacket. The bezel isn't just a design statement. Crafted in solid 18-karat white gold, it plays a big role in value retention. Paired with the 3235 movement and a 70-hour power reserve, this is modern Rolex performance under a timeless silhouette. The bright blue dial is a collector favorite, known to pop under natural light and hold resale better than champagne or slate variants. Sold anywhere between $10,490 and $18,500 depending on condition and dial bracelet config, this model has seen a plus 639% return since 2010, a gain that outpaces inflation and most equity indexes. While demand cooled briefly in 2023, 2024-25 saw renewed interest, especially from investors and international collectors. This piece transitions seamlessly between formal tailoring and clean upscale streetwear, making it one of the few references that holds long-term market value without being a hype chaser's choice. It is a wearable asset with actual price history to back it up. Number 4, the Rolex Submariner Date. This isn't just a dive watch, it's the dive watch. The 126610 LN sits in that rare category of tool watches that still move like liquid cash in any market. Crafted from 41 millimeters of solid oyster steel with a black Cerachrome bezel insert, platinum-coated numerals, and that signature Cyclops lens, it is instantly recognizable, even to non-watch people. The dial is deep matte black with chromolite that glows ocean blue for hours. Rugged on the wrist, yet sleek enough to slide under a cuff, this is Rolex design at its most utilitarian and enduring. Retailing at $10,650, secondary prices hover between $12,350 and $15,991, often floating at 110 to 120% of MSRP, even in years where inflation outpaces wage growth. And that's because the sub isn't just respected, it's trusted. Entry level for Rolex, yes, but also a stable store of value for first-timers and seasoned collectors alike. Durable, iconic, and globally liquid. This isn't hype, it's habit. Number 5, the Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi. This isn't just a Rolex, it's a global currency. The Pepsi GMT, with its iconic red and blue ceramic bezel, tracks 2 time zones and outpaces inflation like few other pieces in the lineup. Born in 1955 for Pan Am pilots, and reborn in 2018 with a modern ceramic update, it now houses the caliber 3285, a 70-hour powerhouse with independent hour hand adjustment and bulletproof reliability. The retail price as of mid-2025 is $11,100, but secondary market prices are currently hovering at around $19,464 and regularly spike higher depending on condition and full set. Earlier discount-era Pepsi editions from the 2010s have returned over 5 times original retail, proving that this watch doesn't just survive economic swings, it thrives in them. Collectors worldwide still chase this model, not for hype, but because it is one of the few Rolex sport models with consistent global demand and an upward price curve. A legendary design that holds real financial weight. Number 6, the Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman. Split black and blue ceramic bezel, 40mm steel oyster case, a dual time zone beast built for modern flyers and desk divers alike. This is the original Batman, launched in 2013, and it's still punching above its weight in 2025. Not for hype, but for how consistently it's beaten inflation. Retail was $9,800 in 2020. Today, expect to pay anywhere from $12,000 to nearly $25,000 depending on the condition and set, an appreciation that surpasses the CPI or index funds. The caliber 3186 inside delivers smooth 24-hour functionality and independent hour hand movement, critical for tracking time across zones without stopping the watch. The black dial balances the blue perfectly, giving the ceramic Cerachrome bezel its iconic day-night nickname. The oyster bracelet keeps the silhouette tight, flat, and rugged enough for real travel. This reference predates the Jubilee wave and holds nostalgic weight as the first ever bi-color ceramic bezel Rolex. It's still the purist's Batman. Number 7, the Rolex Daytona. Ceramic bezel, steel case, and a dial layout that hasn't changed much since Paul Newman was driving race cars. Not because Rolex won't innovate, but because they already nailed it. The 11-6500 LN, launched in 2016, was an instant icon. The 40mm oyster steel case, screw-down pushers, and black Cerachrome bezel with engraved tachymeter gave it the sharpness of a speed instrument, not just a luxury watch. Inside beats the caliber 4130, Rolex's in-house chronograph movement with vertical clutch, column wheel, and a power reserve north of 70 hours. It's not just built for racing, it's built for collectors. The white dial, nicknamed the Panda, has been especially dominant on resale charts. Retail was $14,800 as of early 2023, but the pre-owned market is now sitting near $26,000, nearly 100% up in just a couple of years. Annualized return since release? Around 9 to 10%, stomping inflation year after year. And since Rolex discontinued this model in 2023, it is now off the catalog and fully in Grail territory. Even in a volatile economy, this is one of the most predictable and resilient references that you can hold. Not just a flex, it is a calculated investment with proven traction. And finally, number 8, the Rolex Date 840 Ice Blue. This is Rolex's quiet flex. 40mm of solid platinum, ice blue dial, fluted bezel, and no steel in sight. The Date 840 in this configuration is more than just rare, it's reserved. Only platinum Rolexes get the ice blue treatment. And that dial tone alone has become a coded signal among collectors that you are wearing one of the most exclusive references in the lineup. It's fitted with the President bracelet in full platinum with semicircular links that drape like silk but weigh like a small ingot. On the wrist, it's heavy in the best way, an undeniable presence without shouting. Retail is around $70,380, but the market has consistently pushed these up to $176,000 plus, especially for full-set pristine condition pieces. Despite macro headwinds, this reference has maintained collector heat and resale pressure, making it one of the few precious metal Rolexes that can actually outpace inflation. This isn't a flashy investment, it is a weighty, slow burn power piece. Ultimate boardroom stealth wealth. And there you go. 8 Rolexes that didn't just hold up against inflation, they outboxed it. Some flew under the radar. Some went full beast mode on the resale charts. But all of them, they worked harder than most assets in your portfolio. Hit like if this saved you from buying a soft watch. Also, drop your favorite inflation-proof piece in the comments down below. And trust me, you're going to want to be here for the next one, so make sure to subscribe. It only gets deeper from here.